It's linked up here with the Temperance card, and the Temperance card indicates to me a emotionally trying time where you are going to have to balance yourself. Okay, so balance your wants versus balancing your needs. A lot of the time, if this card is malaligned, it usually indicates emotional imbalance or a situation where we are going to have to discipline ourselves in order to achieve great things. So this is a card about moderation. It's a card about, tempering what it is that you want to do versus what it is that you need to do. So there's a very, very fine line between the two, and you don't want to fluctuate. You want to just, maintain right in the middle. It's the state of equilibrium. So a lot of you, I do feel, a lot of social interactions with loved ones, with friends, family, and all of that, and it might lead to a situation where you might overindulge, okay? I'm not too worried about Capricorns. You're an earth sign and you're just very, very practical. So I feel like the energy, it might come in around, mid-month where you feel a little bit frustrated because I kept getting that message. There's like, I see you like trying to get something done and you're just like, I need a break. And then you go all out. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just know that you're going to keep this energy in check. But overall, these are very, very positive cards appearing together, which indicates to me that you are divinely guided, okay? Every time I see imagery of angels in the tarot, especially the major arcana cards, it indicates that the universe working together to give you whatever it is that you're hoping for. And I also feel, the imagery of the rainbows here indicates to me that the worst of it is over. You're now able to reap the benefits of your hard work, your hard labor, okay? So this is like culmination. This is pretty much the beautiful day card. Both of these rainbows indicates like great abundance and inspirations and everything being fulfilled. So I'm really happy to see this for you, Capricorns. So the next one deals with your communication. We do have the Eight of Swords and the Six of Swords. So let me talk about this one first. The Six of Swords, once again, this corroborates the Ten of Cups. This card signifies sailing away from a troublesome situation into safer water, into smoother water. And it's basically leaving your past behind no matter how turbulent it was. I feel that you're gathering a lot of knowledge from the past and then you're using these skill sets to bring them into the future. What's really interesting about this card and an alternate interpretation that I found recently is it's a card of science. It says like, trusting that no matter what lies around the corner, that you're going to be taken care of, okay? Through previous knowledge, through careful planning, I do feel that a lot of you are sailing on to a safer place and you're able to utilize and I guess build upon the previous knowledge in order to get you where you need to be. So this is kind of like in a way, it embodies the spirit of the Fool, but this is more about, tried and true methods being applied in a different context. So a lot of you are looking back at your past experiences, and, a lot of the time skills translate over into different work contexts. So I feel like that's what's happening here. It's like taking all of these things that you've learned in the past and possibly even having to apply them in an environment, in a more practical environment, okay? It's linked up here with the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Swords basically indicates to me you're no longer stuck. Both of these cards scream out freedom to me. If you have found yourself in a situation where you were waiting on other people, you were waiting on communication, you were waiting on either some type of documents and things like that from other people or even from official channels in order for you to make a move, I definitely feel this is the month in which things are coming through, in which you are able to finalize decisions, make decisions, and to move forward. So I feel a lot of momentum and progression going forward. What I'm also feeling is the cards came out like this, so it indicates to me sailing away from a troublesome past and where you're headed. Like I said, you're not really sure where it is that you're going to be, but you know that you're going to have all the skills that are required in order for you to be successful. So what I'm sensing is a lot of you are I feel you're stepping out of your comfort zone, and I feel that you're doing it in a professional manner. So what it seems like to me is like wherever you were before, I feel that you might have been there for possibly since, like for like 6 months or so, 6 years. And what I'm feeling is that the situation was stagnating. You weren't really growing as a person. You weren't really learning anything new. And a lot of you are just like, I've had it. I'm gonna, break out of my rut and I'm going to try something new. And the new environment is requiring you to acquire new skills. And I feel like you're an earth sign, so once again, your mind is very systematic, so I feel like you don't have trouble absorbing technical skills. But I do feel that it might be more of the creative framework where you might have to think a little bit more abstractly, where you might have to tap in skills that, or learn and acquire new skills that you haven't really used before. And I feel for a lot of you, it seems to me like I'm getting imagery of hands, like something seems to me to be more hands-on. So before, if you were the type of person who was more theoretical, who was more, in the head, I feel like you're going to have to break out of it and you're going to have to do something that is a little bit more practical, a little bit more hands-on. And vice versa, if you have been somebody who's a little bit more hands-on, you're going to have to do a little bit more abstract thinking and things like that. So I definitely see a shift in thinking, in the ways that we acquire knowledge, in the way that we retain knowledge and information. So all of this is coming in, and I feel like that's one of the main challenge I feel coming through for this month for you guys. So next up we have here the Hangman and the King of Wands. Okay, so for a lot of you, this is a fire sign. This is a Sagittarius, a Leo, and an Aries. And it's linked up here with the Hangman, which indicates to me you're waiting on communication. You're waiting on some type of a decision from this person. So this is someone who is going to figure significantly in your life, okay? And Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, excuse me. I feel like this person has been, I'm sensing this kind of, they have been a little bit uncertain. They might have sent you like mixed messages in the past, and there was like a lot of fuzzy, confusing information that, like communication exchanges between the two of you. What I'm also feeling is for some of you, this could be a romantic partner. It seems to me like it could be a new person, but I feel like this is somebody who might be a friend and then they're trying to transition into more of a romantic interest, okay? It could be male or female. And once again, the cards are not gender specific. This is a general reading. So what I'm feeling is there's some sense of waiting in suspension, waiting in limbo regarding this person, waiting for them to make a move. And I do feel that by the end of the month, I'm feeling this uncomfortable energy is going to alleviate. And I feel that you're going to be able to move forward. Okay, I'm getting like towards the end of the month, probably the 24th to the 30th of this month. That's when the communication breakthrough will happen for you. What I'm also sensing is I feel like this is showing up as a very, very passionate person, okay? They have been very much like what you see is pretty much what you get with them. They're very directed. Normally, they're very directed when they talk, when they communicate. And what I'm sensing is, for some strange reason this month, there might have been other things tied up in their lives, possibly when it comes to children, possibly when it comes to like group outings, acquaintances that might meddle in or get in the way unintentionally between you and this person coming together in some capacity. So if it's a work project, I definitely feel like this is a person that is, you might have to wait on them, and I feel that they're taking their time, just trying to make sure that they're doing it right. On the other hand, I feel this sense of like assessment. Both sides could potentially be interested in one another, and they're trying to figure out a way, like, they're trying to gauge interest. There's a lot of like temperature taking, you're trying to see where you stand with them. They likewise are trying to see where they stand with you. But either way, I feel like this person is going to be a major, major catalyst in your life for this month, in terms of like helping you out of a jam, helping you move forward with some ideas, some projects. They might also give you inspirational ideas and project ideas, and new information that will streamline some work processes along for you. For others of you, I feel like this might be a close friend of yours who is a very good person to bounce ideas off of. Okay, so the last cluster here, we do have the Six of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. So first of all, this overwhelming message that I'm getting here is for those of you who have recently applied for loans, applied for a grant, applied for some type of money coming through from an institution, like anything, like a win for fellowship grants, monetary gains that's coming through. I do feel that it's a really good month to do it with these two combinations in the picture. Okay, the Six of Pentacles usually indicates a financial windfall. It's not coming from the place of employment. It's not coming from individuals. It can in certain situations if it's linked up with a specific person, but I do feel generally this is money coming through from institutions, and it's going to bode well for you. It's linked up with the Five of Swords, which is a swift victory. So I definitely feel if you're looking for, grants, loans, and things like that, it's definitely coming through, and it's going to be very beneficial for you. It's favorable for you to start applying for these things, and I do sense that the decision is going to be very swift, okay? Going back to what I mentioned earlier, I feel like you're going to be perusing some official documents, so I feel like a lot of you might be doing this. I keep getting, like, for those of you who are either researchers in school or doing something, I feel like loans, fellowships, and grants for like excavation projects, like if you're like an archaeologist or if you're an anthropologist, I feel like you might be needing some money to fund, to get like equipment, to get, do some type of an excavation. You might also need some money because of unintended consequences. I'm getting disaster relief, like money coming through for those of you who might need it because of disaster relief. And, the southern part of the United States come to mind. So I feel like if you are dealing with this, I definitely see some help, assistance coming through for you, okay? And I feel like it's a bigger institution, is a bigger channel that's coming through. I feel like home insurance, and I feel like, flooding. That's what I'm sensing here. And I'm also feeling like, especially if you are trying to fund or start an expedition, expeditions seem, and you need proper equipment in order to do that, and you're waiting on some grants or some loans, or you're waiting for some help in that manner. I do feel that's going to be coming through for you. But overall, I do feel like a lot of, I do feel like you might be soliciting somebody to be like either a business partner. You might be looking into situations where you're needing financial assistance from another person, and I do feel this person is very, very generous, and they will be able to assist you and give you guidance and give you advice as to where you need to go. Okay, so these are very good combinations together. A lot of you might be soliciting this fire sign. I feel like it's someone who's a little bit more seasoned, a little bit older, I feel, and very successful. Very business savvy, and they're like the entrepreneurs. They have a lot of good ideas, and they just need somebody to implement their ideas on the ground, okay? Now, in terms of your advice, we have some really, really good cards here, Capricorn. First of all, we do have the Star, and the Star is basically wish fulfillment, but this card also indicates a lot of healing, okay? What I'm feeling with the Star card here is I feel like there are going to be a lot of good information through official channels that are going to come through for you that will provide a lot of, first of all, financial assistance. Secondly, a lot of support for you. So I feel like whatever it is that you've been working tirelessly for the past, 6 months, 6 years, I definitely feel it coming through and coming to culmination. And I definitely feel that you're being guided on the right path, okay? So if you need additional validation, if it hadn't come in, in August, I definitely feel you're on the right track here. It's linked up with the high priestess, and the high priestess a lot of the times indicates intuition. It indicates contracts as well, and it indicates like reading between the lines and making sure that you are aware of what you're getting yourself into. And ultimately, both of these things are linked up with the Six of Wands, which is the major success card, okay? So what I'm feeling with this combination here is that for a lot of you, if you have been waiting on, loans and things like that to start a business, I feel like a lot of you are becoming business owners, and a lot of you might have started something back in February. Like if you have physically like done like a grand opening, if you are starting some type of a whatever venture this year, this is the month in which things are starting to flow in. And if you have been worried in the past that you weren't able to stay afloat, or money wasn't coming in fast enough, this is the month that is providing you with the validation that you are on the right track, okay? For others of you, I feel like there's some type of a major energy shift is what I'm feeling. I feel like there's a major energy shifts where information is coming through, contracts, everything is finalized, and I feel like if you were doubting yourself for whatever reason, this is the month in which the universe is showering all this, confirmation upon you that things are going to work out and that you will be rewarded for whatever it is that you were doing, okay? So I'm feeling this is a really, really good month for business owners. It's a really, really good month for those of you doing research. And especially, I feel that you're going to be in situations where whatever you say, you're going to be like kind of in the spotlight. Whatever you say, other people will be very receptive to it. So I feel like public speaking, I feel business owners, public speakers, business owners, seminars, attendees, or even seminar people who are conducting seminars. This is a really good month in which the light will shine on you. You have great power of persuasion, but what I feel is that if you are in a situation, just make sure you know the ins and outs of whatever it is that you are disclosing, okay? So carefully do the research, and I feel that whatever tidbits of information that you have and you're willing to share with people, make sure you have proper sources and proper, citations, okay? So I do feel that reading between the lines, making sure everything is done and it can be backed up, backing up, saving your essays, like backing up your data, backing up your files, that's going to be important as well, okay? I do sense here for a lot of you, new friendships are going to be long lasting, okay? The star usually, it's the card of Aquarius, and Aquarius rules the 11th house, which deals with group associations and things like that. And it deals with like, sometimes you have friends that you can go out and hang out with. I feel like what's coming in for this month is you have some friends that are also in your professional circle. So not only are they friends, good friends, you guys are going to be walking on the same path. So I feel like for the next possibly 8 years, and I'm getting the 8 mainly because whenever I see this in terms of timing, it's I count the numbers, the luminaries in the cards, and I feel that in terms of like for the next 8 years, they might be in your life for quite some time, okay? And I'm feeling that I'm feeling that a lot of you are going to be lifelong friends. A lot of you are going to rely on each other. The new social contacts and the friends that you're making now, they will be significant in your life in terms of your professional image and your career. And I feel that they're going to provide like a sounding board for you to push yourself or to boost yourself professionally, okay? So these are really, really important professional contacts. So going back to the initial message, I feel like someone in your professional environment is interested in you, and I feel like you have to let them down gently. I feel like this might be why, because I feel like, you know, it's sort of like just don't burn your bridges. So the new people that you meet this month, be very careful about, I feel like just be very careful that you keep them as professional contacts and as good friends, because they're going to be significant in your life.